Hi guys! So we're here for another unboxing today, and I do usually like to unbox like older dolls or lesser known ones, and today's subject doesn't really qualify as that. These are pretty recent dolls, but not ones that I think are talked about that often, but I know a lot of people are pretty curious about. So today we're taking a look at some LICCA-CHAN dolls, or specifically the hashtag Rika-chan dolls, which are just an older version of the standard Rika. So, Rika is a fashion doll originating from Japan. She started back in 1967, manufactured by Takara, later Takara Tomy, and she's known kind of as the Barbie of Japan, essentially. Not that she really has a connection to Barbie, that would be another Japanese doll, Jenny, but just that she has the same popularity and icon status as Barbie does here. And she's slowly becoming more and more popular with audiences outside of Japan, which I'm absolutely loving to see. She used to be kind of difficult to acquire, but now there's a few options for us here. I got these from Amazon Japan. Shipping was pretty reasonable, and they also arrived super fast, like way faster than any international package I've ever ordered. So if you're interested in Rika, I would really recommend checking there first. But to help you decide if you want to get a Rika for yourself or not, let's go ahead and get into it. So before we open the two I have, I just wanted to show you first what a standard Rika looks like. This is one of mine here. I've had her for several years now. I bought her when I was studying abroad in Japan back in college. And obviously, standard Rikas are designed to look pretty young. I think she's meant to be around 11 years old. And if you think her face looks like an old school shoujo manga, you would be right. She was actually designed by a shoujo artist named Miyako Maki, and she's gone through some slight changes over the years, but obviously not a whole lot, definitely not to the level of Barbie. So she definitely has this very timeless quality about her, which I love. But the dolls I'm going to take a look at today are a little different. They're kind of like a Rika spin-off called hashtag Rika. And these Rickas are made to look a little older, I think around 17 years old. And I'm really curious how these compare to the standard Rickas, how different the bodies are, if the quality is any better, stuff like that. And to test it out, I even bought 2 fashion packs. And these are for standard Rickas. I bought them mainly because I have a Rika that's missing shoes, but I'm curious how these will fit the teen Rickas. We'll see. So we have 2 hashtag Rickas here. There's Latte Retro, which is from the first wave of these dolls, I think. And then there's Aoharu Blazer, which is a more recent one. And what's interesting about these is that if you look at past Rika dolls, she has a very particular aesthetic. She's very cutesy. She's very girly. A lot of her dolls are very frilly with these very flouncy dresses. But then the teen Rikas, they're just a little edgier. They have more mature aesthetics, and they're obviously still very colorful and fun. I'm just really excited to take a look at them. So the packaging of these is pretty interesting. You have the photograph of the doll here on the front, but it's Velcro. It actually opens this way. And you can see the doll here in the packaging with all of her accessories. And I'm actually surprised that she comes with so much. Usually, Rika-chan dolls, or at least the ones I've bought, don't come with a whole lot unless it was like a playset. And most of it is just her outfit pieces, admittedly, but she has a few extras in there. But the presentation and everything, I love. It's so simple, but it's just so aesthetically pleasing. On the lid here, it shows a bunch of different photos of the dolls. It promotes the hashtag Rika's social media, and it shows the little photo booth that she comes with, which I'm pretty sure is just this cardboard backdrop, but still very cute. And on the back here, we have a bunch of words that I cannot read. And that's standard for Japanese dolls, I've noticed, or Japanese toys in general. Usually for American dolls, there will just be a picture of all the different dolls and maybe some blurbs or something. And that's true here. You can see all the different dolls in the hashtag lineup, plus the 2 fashion packs, but also a lot of other info as well. I wish I had picked up more Japanese when I was studying abroad, and I could speak some of it fine, some very, very basic stuff, but stuff like the characters, like, I just could not retain. It was not in the cards for me. But let's go ahead and get her out of the box. So, the wonderful thing about Rikas and Japanese dolls in general is that they are so easy to take out of the box. Just a few snips here and there, and they just slide right out. It's magical. So we have Latte Retro right here, fresh out of the box. She's so cute. So a few things. I actually didn't notice that she came with the stand, but she does. It's supposed to connect to one of her legs, but it's not my favorite. It's pretty flimsy. It fits really loosely around her legs, and it doesn't really hold up very well at all, as you can see. Another thing, so Rikas are not articulated in the way standard American dolls usually are. So for the teen Likas here, her arms do not go outwards, they only go up and down, which is also true for the regular child-sized Likas. And she doesn't have elbow articulation technically, but her arms are made of a very soft, pliable plastic, so you can just kind of bend them into certain positions with enough force. And for child-sized Likas, that would be true for their legs as well. But for Latte here, her legs are just made of this very hard, hollow plastic, and one is kind of permanently molded in this sort of contrapposto position, which is cute, but I think I really would have rathered at least like bendy knees or snap knees or just pliable rubber like the small Likas have. I'm not entirely sure why they did this instead. Another thing, hair quality, phenomenal. Every Rika I've ever bought has had amazing hair. I'm not entirely sure of the type. I'm terrible at identifying hair types, but it's amazing, whatever it is. The colors are stunning. She has alternating pink and green hair here and also in the back as well. And she has some subtle crimps in there too. And what I didn't notice in the box is that the base color of her hair is actually this beautiful honey blonde color. Just look at these beautiful waves. And I don't feel a whole bunch of product in there at all. It's very soft, it's very brushable, and it's probably going to hold this style pretty well even after some play and maybe some hairstyling as well. Her face is adorable, of course. Her head is, I think, just ever so slightly thinner than the regular LICCA head, but I'm not entirely sure. I might be wrong in that. But there's not really a whole lot of differences, and I'm happy for that. I love Rika's face, and it looks perfect here even when she's meant to be older. She has some fairly heavy makeup, heavy for Rika anyways, with some shimmery white eyeshadow and some very bright pink blush. And also just 2 silver stud earrings, and also a ring on her hand, which is stabbed through her hand like the 90 Barbies usually did, which I'm pretty sure is just a 3rd earring. She comes packaged wearing this bright green ribbed top with an asymmetrical neckline, and there's this tassel detail over her shoulder here. I think it's meant to look like a metal chain. That's actually what I thought it was from the photos, but it's actually fabric. She's also wearing some very baggy shorts here. They're made from a satiny kind of material, very soft and also holding the shape really well. There's a belt, but it's not removable. It is just sewn onto the shorts all the way into the back. But so far, everything is great quality. Everything is hemmed. It feels like quality fabric. I'm really impressed, but she's not ready, right? We have to get her fully dressed. So everything that she comes with, a jacket that's made from the same material as her shorts. And I think this might look white on camera, but it's actually a very, very light pink to match the pattern in her hair. And obviously the pattern is the same as her shorts too. She has this very kind of funky early 90s aesthetic that I'm all over. I absolutely love it. And the jacket is really interesting because it not only has these little fake buttons on it, but also little fake button holes. That's such a cool little detail. She has some fishnet socks, some simple black open-toe shoes, some translucent orange glasses, a shopping bag also with a very funky early 90s aesthetic, and then this bright pink pleather drawstring bag, which it doesn't have an actual drawstring mechanic. It might if I untied this pink bow here, but I'm not gonna do that. And here she is, fully dressed. That stand is holding her up by the grace of God alone, so we probably don't have very long, but she looks amazing. I'm absolutely obsessed with her. Everything about this design and her aesthetic, I honestly think they just nailed. But let's go ahead and get her friend out of the box as well. So, I was fully on my way to unboxing her off camera when I realized I completely forgot to show you what she looked like inside of the box, so very sorry about that. But she had the same kind of general setup as Latte Retro. She even had the same green backdrop and everything. But here she is, fresh out of the box, and honestly, again, same deal. Her hair is simpler, it's just in this cute little side ponytail, and again, it's so wonderfully soft. It has just this slight curl here at the end, but again, I don't feel any product or anything. It's very soft, silky, very brushable, very beautiful. And with the purple streaks and everything, she's giving me some major, like, Kogal vibes. And I love it. I wish she came with some, like, baggy socks or something, too. Her face screening is basically the same as Latte's and also every other Rika, really. But she does have slightly different makeup, like she has gold eyeshadow instead of white, and also some shimmery pink lip. And she also has the same earrings as Latte, just some shiny silver studs. And she has a ring as well, but hers is a purple heart, and it's also the same deal, just stabbed right through her hand. And I kind of wish it was the opposite here. I think I would have preferred these purple hearts as her earrings. I think that would be really, really cute. She comes wearing this simple white shirt with a purple plaid tie, and the tie isn't separate, it is sewn onto the shirt here, and mine kind of bothers me because it's sewn just like so ever so slightly off center, but I think I might be the only person in the world bothered by that. And her white shirt is tucked into her skirt here, but it's actually just one full piece. And the shirt itself is made of a very thin, cottony kind of material. It's probably the cheapest material I've felt on these #Lickas so far, which it's not a bad material, but like as you can kind of see here, it's so thin that her undergarments are kind of peeking through it, which, spoiler alert, these dolls do have undergarments, and you can see Aoharu's kind of have like a pattern to them here. I don't know if it shows well up on camera, but on person it's super noticeable. So I do kind of wish, I probably wouldn't change the material of this shirt, that doesn't bother me that much, but I would have probably just given her plain white undergarments. And the skirt matches the tie. It's just this super cute pink and purple plaid pattern. And see, she's definitely a Kogal. This skirt is way shorter than standard uniforms. She's definitely altered it in some way. And again, everything feels great. We have hems for days, no loose threads, and because they didn't package her in like a million plastic ties, even though this material is rather thin, it doesn't have a million holes in it. See, that's just such a novel concept, right? But here's everything she comes with. She has a uniform blazer, which is a really nice, impressive piece. Very thick, very nice. It has her school emblem blazoned here on the front, and also some nice shiny buttons. But unlike Latte's, hers doesn't have like fake buttonholes or anything, which obviously I'm not going to be mad about. She has a little school handbook, which is just cardboard with nothing inside, a little blue bow for her hair, a little smartphone that she can hold, some navy blue socks, a school bag, which is another really impressive piece. It's just plastic, but it has this texture on it that makes it look a little bit like fabric, And it also has her school emblem on it there in gold. It looks like she goes to #high school. And some brown school loafers with a pretty impressive heel on them. Again, pretty sure that's not uniform standard. And here she is all dressed up. And I know it sounded like I had a few nitpicks with her here and there, but still, I am just absolutely in love with her. Again, I think she just has such a clever and well put together design, and I think they nailed exactly what they were going for. So, I love these, obviously, but as I said earlier, there's something else I was curious about, and it's if Teen LICCA will fit into some regular LICCA clothes. So to start with, I'm going to show you their bodies, and I've given this disclaimer before, but I kind of have to every time, but you are about to see some nude or almost nude doll bodies, but they are dolls, children's playthings. This is purely for review and comparison purposes. It is not adult content. Thank you. So here we have Standard LICCA and Teen LICCA in her cool lacy undergarments. Standard LICCAs usually just come with a white pair of cotton underpants, and their bodies are actually pretty similar. I kind of expected them to be, though. Like, Standard LICCA was already kind of, for lack of a better word, pretty shapely. She has this very severe hourglass figure, and she also has a twist and turn waist, which the Teen LICCAs don't share, but they do have the same kind of hourglass figure, but also just kind of a more natural shape to it. But I still think the clothes might fit pretty well, because even though obviously her limbs are longer, the bodies are kind of relatively the same shape. I bought 2 adorable fashion packs here, so might as well try them on both dolls. Oh my gosh, guys, I could not be happier with how well these fit. Even the jacket is the perfect length. Even the shoes fit perfectly, the socks and everything. Like, you couldn't even tell that these weren't made for these dolls. I'm not surprised, but I'm still kind of stunned because they just look so cute. I'm so happy. But, yep, here they are in their new outfits, and as cute as they are, I don't think I'm going to keep them like this. I do like their original looks quite a lot too, but we'll see. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you've ever heard of Rika-chan. Let me know if you've owned any Rika-chans or if you want to own one now. I mean, I know what I'm doing after this video, and that's probably going right back to Amazon Japan, but as always, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe for any future fashion doll content. Thank you.